Girbeagly!
Hey there, guys and gals, it's Girbeagly with another episode of Gaming with Girbeagly, and I'm once again playing the game Katawa Shoujo. And last episode we met a brand new character. It's Lily, who is apparently blind, and she's super kind, and she's super gentle, and very accommodating. She gave Hisao some tea, and they're kind of just talking right now. They're getting to know each other, which is really cool. We did leave the company of Misha and Shizune to think about joining the student council, but then we ran into Lily while we were looking for the library. So let's go ahead and get started here. And Hisao was in the middle of asking Lily what other clubs there were in the school. So, what kind of clubs are there to join?
The more popular ones are the track and field club, which uses the field near the school during lunchtimes, the baseball club, and the book club in a room near the library.
Ooh, the book club! So Hisao's going to join that one, I bet, because he loves to read.
There are also numerous small ones too, though, such as the art and music clubs.
At a time when I'm just wanting to get on my feet, rushing into a club right away seems slightly unappealing. I wonder if the school shares the same rule as my old one. Is it compulsory to join a club?
It isn't, though it is encouraged.
Ah, good. That's a relief. I've really let down my guard around this girl to let such a thing slip out. The fact seems to slightly amuse her. Not wanting my tea to get cold, I finally start drinking it as Lily does the same. Aw, how nice. As I look over to the window over her shoulder, I notice the light coming into the room has a distinctly orange tint. Even here, time doesn't stand still. Huh, the time's gone quickly.
Sorry?
Right, she's blind. Of course she can't see the sun setting. It just looks like the sun's starting to set. It seems to come as a surprise for her. I guess she must have lost track of the time.
Sorry, Hisao. I didn't mean to keep you from the library for so long.
I quickly moved to allay her concern. No, it's okay. The library's still open, isn't it? She pauses and takes a moment to think on it. I really like this music too, by the way. This is nice. It's really pleasant and cheery sounding. It's probably something I should have asked Shizune when I had the chance, but Lily seems likely to know in any case. You did ask Shizune. Her and Misha didn't know if it was open or not. That was the whole point of you wandering around by yourself, you dummy.
True. It's open until 6:30 during weekdays.
A quick glance at my watch confirms I have well enough time to get there. I might get going in that case. It's been nice talking with you, Lily. She smiles and gives a deep nod, her hands still neatly folded on the table in front of her.
It was my pleasure.
Aw.
Oh, come to think of it, shall I show you to where the library is?
I couldn't possibly ask for more help. I should be able to find it all right. Excuse me, guys, I got the burpees. God, these burpees always interrupt me. Well, unless my navigational skills fail me. Which they seem to have a habit of doing.
It's all right. I was going to be talking to the librarian there in any case. I could introduce you.
This gets better and better. It's pretty hard to deny her offer. Aw, Lily's so kind. She's like super awesome so far.
If you're sure, then that'd be great. Thanks.
Aw, hi Lily.
As she stands up to follow me, she takes hold of a straight retractable cane that has been slipped in the handle of her bag on the floor. Compared to the cane the boy in my class had, Lily's looks much thinner and longer. His must be for support, whereas Lily's is for navigation. Together we leave the peaceful room and enter the empty hallway on the way to the library.
There's that picture again, that painting in the hallway. Side by side, my pace carefully slowed to match hers. We slowly walk through the hallway. It doesn't take long for us to arrive at the door to the warm-looking room, apparently situated in the center of the floor rather than either wing. Ladies first. Aw, what a gentleman. She gives an appreciative smile at the gesture, taking the lead as we file in. Hisao is like, I like him because he's not totally naive or clueless. He seems pretty with it, and he seems like really sensitive and very caring about the people that he meets so far. So that's really cool. It's so refreshing to have that type of protagonist in one of these dating sims. It really makes it a lot more human. To the left is the wooden library counter, with the library proper being on the right. It easily dwarfs my old school's library with the distinct smell of old books, giving the place an almost old-world air. There doesn't seem to be a lot of students here. Considering the time, it isn't a big surprise. Everyone's probably either in the school grounds or the dorms.
Yuko, are you here? She says it she says it to thin air since the librarian doesn't seem to be present, and of course Lily can't see this. What's unexpected is that it draws a reaction. Whoa! Something from under the counter thuds against it, followed by a quiet wail. Someone bopped their head. Oh, hi, librarian. The origin, apparently the librarian, quickly crawls out and bounces up to extremely rigid attention. Hi, Lily. How can I help you? Her voice is strained in a failing attempt to sound casual, and she's rubbing the back of her head. Good afternoon. What happened just now? I heard a strange sound. Oh, it's nothing. I just hit my head. See, I dropped an eraser under my desk, and while I was looking for it, a pencil dropped, and when I was looking for both of them, you came and surprised me. Are you alright? I'm sorry. I couldn't know. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. Sorry for making you worry. This is nothing. I've had worse happen to me. So she's like one of those clumsy bookworm types. She's quick to reverse Lily's apologies, almost frantically trying to push aside the possibility that she could be in any way inconvenienced by bashing her head on the counter. Yes, worse things have happened. The girl fidgets with her fingers as Lily doesn't seem to drop her concerned expression and then shuffles some papers around the counter for no reason. A little shorter than Lily, replete with glasses, freckles, and a very troubled look, she seems to fit a library perfectly. Ah, Lily, did you get my message? Message? Oh, the 2 imported books that arrived. Right. They finally came. I can't believe it took so long, but... Amidst her celebrations, partially for managing to change the topic, I'm sure, she notices me from the corner of her eye and freezes on the spot when she does. Oh no, I'm sorry for not noticing you before. Did you need to check out a book or return one? I'm sorry. So she's like a worrywart, and she just like freaks out over nothing. That's hilarious. The way she can so quickly shift between moods is a little unsettling. He's with me, Yuko. This is Hisao, a new student. Hisao, this is Yuko, the school librarian. Pleased to meet you. Hisao, right, Hisao. Pleased to meet you too, Hisao. For a second, she visibly attempts to engrave the name on her mind so she won't forget. Yuko often arranges to import foreign books in Braille for me. Oh, that's pretty awesome. That's really cool. Would you like to tell Hisao a little something about the library? Lily's innocent suggestion is met with an expression of abject terror. Please, Lily, I can't. I don't know what he could be interested in. This is too much responsibility. How it's any responsibility at all, I don't get, but her objection is so sincere, I don't doubt for a second that she would rather disembowel herself on the spot than tell me where the light novels are. So it seems like she is, maybe has like social anxiety or something. Maybe that's her disability or her condition and reason for being at the school. I wonder. But, so there are a lot of books in Braille here. I attempt to save the day by asking the first thing that pops into my head. It seems to work at least partially, as Yuko seems to not exactly relax, but at least look slightly less tense. Well, I think about a third or a fourth of Yumaku's library is either in Braille or audio. Makes sense, given all the blind students that be here. If it's only that, how come this library is so big in the first place? Well, we get a lot of new books regularly because the library is adequately endowed. That's probably why. They spend more on new books than on my salary, and then I have to organize and shelve all of them. It's so troublesome, and they weigh so much, I wish I could quit this job. Oh man, we're totally gonna get a job at the library, and we're gonna help out Yuko. That will be great. And then I can lift all of the books for her. How sweet. Very awkward silence follows this revelation of too much information. I'll go check the aisles then if you don't mind. It's probably best for all of us if she doesn't keep talking to me. Very well. Meanwhile, Yuko, I would have those books if it's all right with you. I love the writing in this game. The dialogue's so great so far. My first impression was right. The library is surprisingly big. I love libraries, by the way. I don't know if you guys are into reading, but like I read all the time, and libraries are just one of my favorite things. It's really a shame that here in America, a lot of them are really underfunded and they're underappreciated because it's a free service. It's something that's amazing, and you can go and discover new books. Ours even lets us check out movies, which is great. So, you know, there's so many things that you can expose yourself to, arts and new experiences, and ramble over. Sorry, I always do these things when I'm playing these games.
Ambling down the narrow aisles, I studied the spines of the books in random order, occasionally sliding one out to read the blurb, taking it with me if it looks good. In a few moments, I have a respectable stack of books in my arms. I guess I'll never be stuck for choice in here. The normality of the library sinks in. Sure, there are large print and braille books scattered throughout, but it is what it is, a library. It's as if the calm mood from the room I had tea with Lily in snuck with us in here. Oh man, I'm having trouble reading because I have to burp real bad, but it's like one of those ones that's stuck in my chest. Oh god. And it won't come out all the way, so it's just kind of choking me up and making my chest all tight. Ugh, I hate that. Like I said, most professional channel on YouTube. Unless it was here to begin with. Something about that puts me at ease, just like before. I reach the end of the aisle and find a collection of desks set up for study or personal reading. Going a little further, though, I discover a nice quiet corner at the back. While the rest of the library has the odd student sitting at a desk either reading or stealthily sleeping, the back is pretty much deserted. As I glance around, I see someone who I recognize sitting on one of several beanbags. Oh, it's the girl! It's a dark-haired girl from my class, the one who snuck out of the classroom earlier. She's reading a book, keeping it close to her face, which makes her look like she's really into it. From the way she was acting today, I had her pegged as more of a delinquent than a bookworm. In fact, her mysterious disappearance from the class raises all sorts of whys in my head. Intrigue floats slowly but surely towards the surface, and before I know it, I'm walking towards the mysterious long-haired girl. I guess there's no harm in introducing myself as I would with anyone else. She's a classmate after all. Walking over to another beanbag, I take a seat and lay my books beside it. Whoa! She looks surprised. The girl starts, looking scaredly up at me from underneath her fringe. This is the first time I've seen her this close. Underneath her long, dense bangs, I can see that part of her face, at least a third, if not half, is pretty badly scarred. Aw, poor girl. She doesn't look that bad, though. I mean, like, not that saying scars make someone look bad, but, you know, she's not super scarred. I mean, in some of the shots, she looked a little bit more scarred than that, but maybe it's just this particular one. My eyes are immediately drawn to the scars, subconsciously peeking past her hair until they meet her own eyes. For a second, I'm shocked and divert my eyes to the book in her hands before I realize that looking away probably only makes it worse. It takes too many seconds to collect myself and remember what I walked up to her for. I'm sorry I didn't mean to startle you. I'm new here, Hisao and Nakai. We're in the same class. Let's apologize first, because that's pretty... It's rude if we're just like, boom, hey, I surprised you, and by the way, it's me! Like, that's pretty douchey. Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you. It's okay. The girl certainly doesn't look like it's okay, but I let it slide. So, do you mind if I sit here? She seems to be very uncertain whether it's okay or not for me to sit, but finally she nods, just a little. Yeah, these beanbags are public, lady. I'm allowed to sit here if I want. Oh, okay. I take the seat next to her, and she hides herself behind her book. Life of Pi. Never heard of it. Hey, you haven't? That's a pretty famous book, man. So, sorry again for startling you. I'm Hisao. She looks up from her book, stalling a little before replying. I know. We're in the same class. Oh, same class. Her speech is stilted and so quiet that it's barely audible, even in the still library. Okay, good. So I did give her like kind of a shy voice, so that's what matches. That's good. Man, I'm pretty good at predicting like how these girls should sound so far, so I'm happy with myself. Somehow I think that my delinquent impression of her was wrong.
Hanako. I'm Hanako.
Oh, so this is Hanako. This is the girl that a lot of you guys were telling me that I'm probably going to like, so I'm curious. I wonder if I will. I resist the urge to say, that's a nice name, just to have something to say, but really, it's the only thing that I can think of. I feel like an idiot. Everyone here must be used to being different to each other, and here I am being all bothered and fussed about that kind of thing. Don't let me interrupt your reading. I'll just check these books if you don't mind. She nods a little and sighs a little sigh of relief. So I try to read the covers and the introductions of the books I picked up, and she buries her face in her book. So this is very, very awkward. Uncomfortable silence consumes us. Her eyes still wander to her direction, and I sneak peeks at her flowing hair and the scars it's hiding. After a while, I realize that she's doing the same and only pretending to be immersed in Life of Pi. Oh, how cute. So they're just like glancing back and forth. Her gaze is not inquisitive at all, though. It darts around like a scared rabbit. Aw, poor girl. When our gazes finally meet, the chain reaction is unstoppable. Whoa! She stands up forcefully from the beanbag and takes a deep breath.
I...
I?
I've got to go do something.
Without warning, Hanako takes off and runs towards the counter. Her hair-like takeoff catches me so off guard that I don't manage to go after her until she has a good head start. Oh man, what did I do? I guess she's just shy. By the time I reach the counter, she's nowhere to be seen. Lily and Yuko are happily chatting away. Knowing that I won't be able to catch Hanako myself, I approach the girls. Hey, did you notice a girl run past here?
Maybe. What did she look like?
Long dark hair, kind of shy. She had, well, some scars on her face.
You wouldn't be talking about Hanako, would you?
Yeah, that's her. I saw her reading and tried to talk to her, but I think I scared her off or something.
Oh dear. Yuko, would you excuse me? I'd better try and find her.
Sure, I'll just hold on to these until you come back.
What's going on?
I'm sorry, but I'll have to explain it to you some other time.
Right. I'll see you later then. Bye, Lily. Lily's super cool. I like her. Lily hastily grabs her cane and hurries out of the library, leaving me alone with Yuko. Uh-oh, Yuko's gonna freak out. I don't think I'll ever get the hang of this place. Did I do something wrong?
What did you do?
Nothing. I was just looking for some books, and then she got this fit and ran off. The most offending thing I can think of was that I might have looked at her general direction a few times.
Well, she is a very timid girl. You have to be very careful around her. She can be very jumpy, I think, and she's not accustomed to talking with other people.
Isn't that a bit strange?
I wonder. It's just how she is, I think.
You're talking to Yuko, who clearly has social anxiety, and you think it's weird that people get, freaked out? Come on, protagonist, be aware. Yuko doesn't sound all that convincing. Then again, maybe this is just the norm around here. Yeah, dude, all these people have been, stared at their whole lives and stuff for these things, these disabilities, and things like missing limbs that they have that, come on, man. Of course all of them are going to be a little bit timid, or if they haven't overcome or come to terms with their issues. Everyone has their own problems, or else they wouldn't be here. Yeah, you just said it. Good, you realized. Like I said, I'm glad that he's not a total idiot in this game. He does realize stuff. But how should I deal with these people? Forcing myself to act overly casually only makes me feel phony. Like I was supposed to be ignoring the elephant in the room. Yuko fidgets, looking like she wants to say something to that, but resists it.
I think it's an elephant only if you feel that way.
I guess she doesn't have a good sense of self-restraint. It makes me smile, and she blushes heavily.
What? Did that sound stupid?
No, it sounded really wise. I guess you're right. It's more about me than anyone else. Neither of us has anything to add, so Yuko fills the silence by shuffling some papers around. People who have papers on their desks really like doing that.
Did you find any books? I should be closing soon. I mean, this library should be closing. But I have to do it. I hope that's not too inconvenient for you.
Oh, yeah, I want some books, but I left them over there because I'll just go get them. I fetched my stack of books from beside the beanbags, where Hanako and I were sitting, and returned to the counter. Wow, the reading is... God. Some of you who, if this is your first time watching the channel, I swear English is my first language. I swear, I promise. I just suck at reading. Which is terrible, because I'm playing a game which is 100% reading.
Wow, you read a lot, don't you?
I surprise myself with that too, honestly. At least when I really think about it. I had a lot of free time earlier this year, so I kind of just started reading books to fill that time. I couldn't do much else.
I see.
But she doesn't say anything else and just checks out my books for me. I guess this is what they call tact. Which you sometimes don't have, protagonist. Alright, so I think I'm actually going to end the episode there, guys. That was a lot of stuff. That was very, very eventful. I really enjoyed it. And like I said last episode, it's great that we're meeting all these characters and getting a feel for them in just a really in-depth way. I already have a feel for Hanako, and we only met her for 3 minutes. So it's very, very cool. I love the writing. I love the art style still. Everything is great about this game. The music's calm and soothing and really nice, and just... everything's cool. I can't wait to continue this. I hope that you guys are enjoying it. If you are, please be sure to hit the like button, share the video, and favorite it. Also, be sure to subscribe to me if you guys haven't already. For those of you who have, thank you so much for all of your support. You guys are the best in the world. I love every single one of you, and as always, it was great seeing ya. Bye-bye. Alright, so I just click the fridge door. What else can we click here? Oh! Hey, hey! Oh, it was gonna be a stove fire or something like that. It was a fire hazard. Like I said though, man, like this looks so cool. Oh, I just noticed this over here. That looks terrifying. Are we gonna go in this? What is this, a blood waterfall?